Greetings, and welcome to Strange Days, a show where people are invited to call in and share their experiences with both the audience and the host. Our goal is to foster a sense of connection and understanding, allowing listeners to relate to the stories and feel less alone, promoting a broader sense of awareness and different perspectives, while the host is available to provide thoughtful feedback to this and support to each caller. My name is Mac. I'm your host, a disabled neurodivergent cisgendered gay man, playing through games while waiting for an audience to form exclusively on stream. If you want to call in or chat and need my attention, I have no problem pausing the game, and if you're here for the gameplay or the vibes, that's okay too. But without further delay, let's get into it. It's Monday, and it's a new week. So let's start. I hope everyone had a great weekend. It was lovely. If you're still enjoying your weekend for the holiday, hope you're enjoying that too. We're back on the ranch. So, what were we doing before we hit the weekend? I don't know, but let's try and figure that out. Let's see what toys we have for sale. Apparently, I already bought it. Oh. Apparently there are upgrades in here that I did not know about. Quantum drone stations. Oh, we can buy quantum drone stations in here. That's where the base Dream Lantern is. Well, that explains why I didn't know that, but I already knew the upgraded one. And some of the teleporters are in here, which also explains why I haven't found those yet. Good to know. Here I was thinking I still had to explore the world to find stuff that I hadn't found yet. Oops. Oh, well, apparently now I just need money. Again. Oh, because now I'm apparently very poor. That's fine. I can money. Other direction, because now I have some of the quantum drone stations set up, which will auto-generate plorts, and I just have to remember to harvest them. Sometimes. Maybe. Or something. Because you guys should be generating I just feel like they should be generating plorts faster. Because, I don't know, their food tanks are relatively full, like 74, but they're just not, I don't know, I'm gonna increase their feeding because they only had 20, and I don't know, maybe my expectations are just too high. See, like, these have so many plorts already. Or maybe I just wasn't emptying them out as fast as the others. But that's fine. I just need some money to craft some stuff. Always boils down to just a tad bit of money. Oh no, they got new items, which means there's a new toy. Those are carrots. So much money. Wow, saber plorts are worth a bit today. Let's go see what's for sale. Because toys. A crystal ball for crystal slimes. Oh, it's only $7.50. I'll get it. Even though it's gonna cost me a little bit of money, but I don't have a crystal ball yet for the crystal slimes. And that's the first time I've seen it, so let's grab it. Wrong way. I always get them backwards. Because I have a rock for the rock crystal slimes, but now I have a crystal for them as well. Ta-da! Okay. And then I can go filter out the last bit of the plorts down here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to make another trip because these twin plorts are not gonna get picked up. Because they were still very full. But this should hopefully give me enough to do some of the upgrades that I want and hopefully still have some money left over. Oh yeah, those twin plorts are good money. No, warp tech. It was these guys. Yeah, I need more monies. So back to go get some more twin plorts. Because they are worth such good money that I'm willing to sack them for now. Okay. So. Non-abundance of those. Let's go check the middle path, the short island for plorts and see what we have back there. Also to check on the status of the hens. Make sure we didn't just like deplete all of them or anything. Nope, we're still doing okay. So these are all doing pretty okay. For the most part. Other than like just there being tons of food sitting in the pen, but also just them not producing, I guess. Do the anglers require darkness? I didn't think so. I didn't think they required dark, but they don't seem to. Weird. You've still got full charge, but they just seem very much sleepy. That's fine, I suppose. All right, well, I'm gonna go sell these and see about travel. Yolks need to go into storage for paying to upgrade my quantum thingies. These words are hard. Why is that still not? Oh. Oh, it requires 10,000. Boo. So I need more monies. I don't have more monies right now. Well, that's just fine. Well, then I'll go exploring until money generates. I need... Trying to think of what's next on the to-do list. Oh, I need to go unlock the other bell. So here. Which, if I recall correctly, was somewhere over here. But I am gonna need shadow plorts for that. So that means I need to go knock in some shadow guys. So I will need stuff to throw around. Chickens and chicks are not ideal for that. I prefer carrots, as those come in abundance. Oh, come on, guys. Just, you know, like, you don't have to jump off the side. Like, that's pretty rude. That's a pretty flower. Okay, so it's already quite a bit of shadow plorts. That's good. And I didn't lose all that many carrots. Okay, so this is the one that I thought might be the one originally, but it is not this one, which is good. Good. But I need to sort of re-navigate west of here. Oh, that wasn't fair. Although that also sort of sounded like a boo from Mario. Had a bit of a cackle. Definitely gave me like Mario 64 vibes. But that could have also just been my hearing, since stuff doesn't frequently sound properly anymore. Yeah, I definitely have to go up for this. Just wondering how up and over I'm gonna have to go to get there. Fairly so, it looks like. Okay, it's gonna be probably in that area, I think. No, 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 my carrot. You can't have it. Oh, unstable plort. This is an unstable area. Nope. It was unstable and it's not anymore. I don't know. Oh, wow. It's way... Oh, it's much further up. Okay. So it's in the next area. Oh. Okay, so I have most of what I think to open the next door, so that's good. One more interaction with with shadow slimes, and I should have... I think will be enough to open any door or shadow box, chest, or whatever they're called that I come across. And I only lost a few carrots in that interaction. Ooh. There we go. So now I think I have enough to open just about anything that I come across. Because I can't say anything I've ever had to open has cost more than 60 plorts. So that's good. And again, I only lost a few carrots in that interaction. And I only need 7 more plorts to max out what I can carry anyway. So that's good, good, good. Okay. All right, so if I... No. Nope, 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 nope. This is taking me the wrong way. This is going to take me off the side path, and that's going to put me away from where I wanted to go. But interestingly, that's going to max out my shadow plorts, so I suppose it's still a win in that regard. Okay, so I guess I'll go through the interior. Yes, interior. Ooh, those are carrots. Might as well refresh some of that. Nope, along this way. Nope, don't need the cotton slimes. Ah. Here's what I needed. Is there anything else in here besides the shadows? Because I don't technically need the shadows. Because I'm full up on them. All right, so I'm at 22 of 25 of the shadow things, the shadow doors, but I don't see any more on the map, which is unfortunate. Which means I haven't seen them. Which also means that I haven't plastered my face to them, since apparently seeing them is insufficient. Resources. That's all full. Blueprints. Nope. Nope. See, there's still toys I haven't even seen yet. Science. Sure, we'll go ahead and mark off that scene. Toys. Oh, there's a sheepies. They're so cute. Sorry, some of the toys are just adorable as heck. Alright, okay, so do I actually have any? I do have a violet teleporter on hand, so let's see about getting a quick access teleport to the Prisma Core and base, so that way I don't have to like do like major jaunts to get there. This way. Those are cotton plorts. See, the cotton plorts and the prisma plorts look just so close. It's really hard to tell them apart, because they're basically just goldish yellow, and they're just very, very similar. So, oh, too far that way. It's that way, okay. Oh, except there's a giant wall in the way. Ugh, that's So not cool. Why is there a big wall in the way? But I can go through the wall, apparently through here. Come on. Alley-oop. And down. Okay, so from here, I kind of just make a hardish left. So this way, maybe? Can I get there from here? Yes, I can. Ooh. If as long as I don't fall to my death. Intentionally or accidentally. Wait. I'm pretty sure that rain goes the other way. Just saying. Okay. I knew it was gonna do that. Figured it was gonna be obnoxious like that. Gadgets don't work in here because of reasons. That's fine, I guess. Okay, so home. Although, to be fair, it doesn't need to go from home. I just could have put it there, and that would have been sufficient to be a, like, teleport. So I should probably just do that. That way I wouldn't have, like, my base covered in just, like, random teleports. That I can accidentally walk into all the freaking time. I mean, granted, that's still going to be problematic because I'm probably going to keep walking into that one too, but less of a problem, I think. I hope. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. We'll find out. dokie. So that was warp tech. That I have new things, rock plorts, radiant ore. Nope, just rock plorts. So I need rock plorts and money. Oh, I also wanted to check the toy for today before. No, I'm not gonna get there in time because time progresses so fast. Oh, did I already check for today? Probably already checked for today. Because I think it was... Yeah, it was the crystal ball. Is a rocket ship. Oh, the hyper slimes get rocket ships. That's cute. I love the rocket ships. I don't remember. Oh, the hyper slimes are connected. I don't remember who they're connected to. Did I put them with Saturns, the Dusty Boys? No, they are. No, those are Boom Tabbies. The Hyper Slimes are these ones, right? Nope. Who did I mix the hypers with? I don't remember. Ooh, that would have been bad. Oh, the hunters, the hyper hunters. No? Yes, hyper hunters. There you go, guys. Now you can have hypers and chickens. Ooh, nope, you stay in there. I wanted the fox. There we go. You guys already have a bee. You guys have a fox and your spinny thing, so you guys can have a fox, I guess. Look at all this wasted fruit. Oh, I suppose I can afford to waste fruit, because you just are almost full on stock. I'm gonna take some of your cherries off the ground, because I'm gonna go need to feed the fire slimes. Because words. Although I could have used the carrots that I have since I have an abundance of them and I'm maxed out on shadows plorts. But I wonder, no, because it's gonna require its own. Yeah, because he's not gonna feed them, is he? Oh no, apparently he is. Maybe? I don't know if the drone is feeding the fire plorts, the fire slimes. Because I think that there's a separate menu for it. Actually, let's... Yeah, it puts it into the incinerators. So you have to specify it for the incinerator, which is weird because it's like one entire drone has to be dedicated to the incinerator. And only one slime uses the incinerator, so it's basically you have to craft one specifically for that purpose. And that seems incredibly wasteful. Let's go ahead and collect. I wonder if we can craft like a pen, a holster, slimes in a region. Sort of sequester them for a prismatic event. Like, can we free range? Is that a thing? Like, could we do that? Essentially. Nearby activity, incoming prisma disruptions before they even happen. Catching items and slimes, the thick rope is stiff with seawater. High-tech wall. So, like, can that be purchased? Let me go deposit the Yoki plorts. Let's go see if the high-tech wall is purchasable or if it's like a night purchase, maybe. Because I bet it's going to be a night purchase because it's high-tech, but maybe. It won't be. A music pillar. Playful pillars that light up and create music when touched. Interesting, but not what I'm looking for. Large net that catches items and slimes. The thick rope is stiff with seawater, but still effective. What's the difference between that? Oh, it's the height. Okay. Slime jail standee for naughty slimes or those who wish they were. Pink easy breezy fan. For most ranchers, this fan's simply a great way to cool down on a hot day, but you're not most ranchers. See, what I would like is sort of a filter, like if we're talking like Minecraft style, I would like something that allows slimes to, I guess, eat and be fed, but for their plorts to fall through. The distributor vacs up nearby objects and shoots them out the other end. It will pick them up from loose on the ground or from various collectors, depots, or silos. Send objects further than ever before. Only functions with a rancher nearby. Well, that's not very useful. Slime stage. Link cannon. Combining ancient warp technology and slime science allows two sides of the linked cannon to effectively transport items across distance. Stone fence, lily pad. What I'm looking for is like a filter or a net that they can stand on. Red accelerator. Any object shot through this ring will gain a boost to speed. Variant of accelerator, but I don't apparently have accelerator in the first place. Where do I get accelerator? Treasure pod located in Ember Valley. Well, I guess I'm gonna go on a trip to Ember Valley to go get the accelerator blueprint because I guess I don't have it. But I need to offload something and I don't have any spots open to do so. Unfortunately. Wait a minute. Well, those definitely can be stacked. You know, my capacitance building for my backpack should definitely also apply to my storage units, just saying. Because that would be awesome if suddenly, like, all of my storage units could hold more than 100. Because that would be really, really cool. Okay, so I need to go to Ember. Bob has a thing. Hello, human. Has gifts for you. Yay, chickens. Coastal Rock. Moving along. That's Starlight Strand. That's Ember Valley. And it's somewhere over here. So let's go find the orb of loot. Treasure stuff. But also, I'm gonna come over here and get some of the, Oh. Well, that is extra uncommon, because usually there is the, primordial oil over here. Like, almost always. But there is not this time, which is weird. Oh, there it is. It just took a second to spawn in, I guess. Alley-oop. And up and over. Oh yeah, I do need some of the shiny, whatever, shimmer radiant ore. That's what it was. Oh, there it is. Accelerator. Don't worry, little slimes. I'll, I guess, try to protect you. I'm not very good at it sometimes, but I'll do my best. Until you decide to eat something that will turn you into the tar, in which case you're kind of on your own. Cuts. Oh, angry guys, or they're not technically angry, I think the game calls them feral, but really they're just kind of hungry. They're hangry. Because also supposedly if you feed them, they get unangry for a bit. Ooh. Silky sand. Okay, heading back. Whoosh. I don't know if it was something that I actually needed, but it was a blueprint I realized that I didn't have. So, now that we have that and the other things, we can go back to what we were trying to do, which is... I honestly don't remember specifically, but we're back home. That's what matters. Okay. there are orbs in the conservatory somewhere. I should probably find those. Honestly, I didn't even realize there were tracking things for those. Are they broken up? Oh, of course not. Why would they be broken up into this like separate sections of the conservatory? So like you can easily determine like the subsectors. But hey, it's a start. So let's do this. And then we'll clear that. And we'll go with treasure pods. Oh, okay. Well, that's not terrible. So there's one here. It's all the way back here. Apparently out here on this little extension of a node. Oh, hey, there's some jellystone. I'm not gonna miss out on that. Yoink. Oh, it's gonna be up there, isn't it? Oh, no, it's gonna be out on there. Nope, nope, not according to this. It's gonna be up. Yep. Oh, and it's the fruit flag, because of course it would be. Oh, nope, but there is going to be... Oh, no! Come back! Okay. Let's switch back to carrots so that I don't do that again. Apparently there is a research drone out here, so... Oh, one of those. Well, here. Oh, there's a button push. History is a funny thing. When you're young, you're told how important it is, how it's the greatest teacher, but then you see the people out there with power, the ones making history, and they ignore the past. I suppose I'm no different in a way. I'm out here trying to escape my family's history. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry, Grandma, but I really want this. Oh, it's that kind of drone. I wasn't expecting that kind of drone. Port statue, teleporter. Oh, no problem. Been going pretty good. How about you this morning? Homemade flatbread. That sounds like work. But it also sounds interesting. I mean, I make regular bread. I've never tried making flatbread. Yeah, that sounds like it might require like a mortar and pestle, maybe. If you're trying to make like actual flour, or maybe a grinder. But I also know that like a lot of food. Oh. Well, I also feel like a lot of food media just doesn't take into consideration like the reality of things, or they use media tactics to like sugarcoat what the capabilities of, you know, normal people are. Just use what you have around your house and make magic, because we're gonna jump cut and you switch to using like pre-blended flour. Because I made these maple oat brownies once or something like that had me blend like oatmeal into oat flour, and it really doesn't become oat flour very well. It's just not something that really happens very well. Like, it takes time. It takes effort, and even in the end, there's still, it's not a very fine powder. I used to follow Alton Brown, and I like using a lot of his recipes, and I still do really have faith in a lot of his recipes, but some of them just don't work out. One of the recipes that I tried following had me toast oats in the oven for the recipe. And I probably won't use that portion of the recipe again, just because toasting them in the oven really didn't do or add any benefit to it. Oh. Yeah, sifting is weird. I don't know. Is this the right one? No, further back. I do have a deposit box here. Ooh. Oh, that's unfortunate. I know how that can be. I've had to like sub in other flour products in the midst of doing things in order to complete a recipe, just because sometimes guesstimation just has to make do. I need to put down another drone over here. Cause wait, why? What? Whoa! Why are they turning to stone? That was weird. And so they eat anything. They eat meat and fruit. And I have them set up for fruit. So this is going to be a fruit room. What I need to set up their fruits. Okay, so fruit, gardens, puffing up like a balloon, and yours is more starting flat and together like a tortilla. I also don't think it's near as soft and flexible as theirs was. I mean, a lot of things can contribute to how it cooks different, but if it's your first time, that could just be the simple difference. Because it sometimes requires practice and patience. These are both meat. I need another fruit. I was gonna do hop, cotton slime, and I need another combo. I need... I guess I'll do... Well, I'm running out of slimes now, I think. I think I have most of them paired up. So I should go finish collecting the slimes that I still need to do. So that way I can sort of see what I have left. Well, maybe I should track the ones that I have. So I have... that ringtail. And then these are the phosphor slumber. And then I know it's rock and crystal. Honey and flutter. I have puddle, because those are on their own. Fire, which are also on their own. And then I have Dervish with something. I can't remember what they're paired with. Hunter, which is with whatever the lightning things are called. I can't remember what those are. Hyper, Hunter Hyper. No, not Hunter. It's Tabby. Dervish Angler. Oh, and it was Boom Tabby. Darn it. Oh, are you using any leavening agent? Well, then what's gonna fluff them? Hunter Hyper. Twin Saber. So I still need... So I still need pink, cotton, and I have phosphor, I have angler, I have rock, I have bat, I have flutter, I have ringtail, I have boom, I have honey, I have puddle, I have crystal, I have hunter, I have fire, I can't get that, I can't get that. And then I need to get the tangle. I have dervish, I have slumber, I have twin, and I have hyper. So pink, cotton, and tangle are all I have left? Really? There's an uneven amount of them? Okay, so then I would want to do cotton and tangle, I guess, to put them down there. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Because pink can eat anything, and they are the most generic, and they live right outside my front door. I mean, so do cottons, but they live a little further outside my front door. No. If I want to put them down there, I need to do pink because they need to be able to eat anything since I already have... No, that's inconvenient all around. Grr. Because no matter what I put in there, they won't be able to eat their preferred foodstuffs. So they won't generate double. I will have to build another drone and put them elsewhere. That is a little frustrating. How are you all hungry? You should have been fed stuff by now. Or is it because of the whole ringtail in you and the fact that you can eat forever and ever and ever? See, it feels like there should be some sort of leavening, like baking powder or baking soda, to kind of provide some sort of fluffing if you're looking to have them be fluffed to some degree of some sort. And that's why I was asking, because if they're supposed to have some sort of aeration in them, otherwise I would expect them to be like tortillas, very flat. But I don't even know if pitas have any type of leavening in them, but that's just sort of my take, because I've never made pitas or tortillas, so I don't know. That's true. Like, I don't know. As I said, I've never made either. It was just sort of like I would feel like, because in order for tortillas to be flat as flat versus pitas to have that thickness to them where there's at least some sort of, I don't know, breadiness, I would expect them to have some degree of fluff. That it wouldn't have yeast to provide the aeration. It would have maybe baking soda, or rather baking powder, to provide that fluff rather than the yeast. And so that's why I would have expected at least something. But I don't know. Again, still relatively new to baking outside of just the occasional recipe, and definitely new to bread baking. Okay, so nope, still utilities. Gas does have a tendency to cook really fast, so that could very well be an issue. No decorations, not utilities. Not small trellis. Large net. Dervish ports, really? I did not expect it to be dervish ports. Plorts. They like prickle pears, which I don't have growing right now, but that's fine, I guess. Do we have plorts stored? Probably not. Well, we do have plorts stored, so let's pull some plorts and see how it goes. then maybe we'll have enough to, yeah, we should have enough to build. Well, it's only going to give us enough to, I think, build 2 fences, which means we'd have to definitely sequester in a corner, which is probably not going to give us enough to build the space that we need. Oh, and storm glass. That's definitely not going to have enough. Like, that's going to require me to build a collector. A quantum drone somewhere to do collection. 8, 9, 10, and then 10 more. Okay, so that's decorations. Enough to build 2 of them. Okay, so that'll be enough for us to prototype the idea of sequestering slimes in the world and see how it works and whether or not it would function. Gray teleport? I think it might have been gold. I don't remember which one is the right one. We'll find out. No, I think it was... I think it's technically the main teleport and then in going through the lava entrance, but I don't specifically remember. Good morning, Fox. How are you? You're sleepy? I'm doing good. How was your read-away weekend? Did you get a lot of reading done? I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope it was really refreshing and it was everything that you wanted and needed. You were so excited for it. So what kind of books do you read? Like what kind of, that was a terrible question. What genres of books do you read? I know we sort of talked about this before, as I made some recommendations, but are you like exclusively a fiction, nonfiction? I mean, do you have a particular preference is kind of, I think, where I was going with that. Did we talk about this? I feel like we talked about this. Am I just being dense? Okay. Because I wasn't sure if I'm just being dense, because I can be dense sometimes. But you'll read almost anything. You're trying to read more nonfiction. That's very laudable. Sociology. That's interesting. I actually, when I was in university, I took a minor. Well, I started to take a minor in sociology, sort of. And then, interestingly, hopped out of it. I may or may not have some bias with sociology. It's funny. So I have a background in psychology. My undergraduate degree is in psychology, and I am a scientist. And I'm an avid believer in the rigor of science. That is fantastic. One of the things that I will say is very much be concerned with the rigors of science. So I'm one of the areas that I have strong interest in is deception. As I've mentioned previously, I don't like to lie. I struggle with deceit and deception in general because I don't understand it. I find that deception causes me a great deal of anxiety. I would rather tell you that something is not important for you to know than to just lie about it. Because to lie about it, I feel undermines our relationship. So if like my partner were to ask me, like, does this make my butt look fat? I would be honest with them. Or I would ask them up front, like, do you want me to be honest with you? Or do you want me to, like, make you feel better? Like, it's about what they're asking, what they're genuinely asking me for. So I don't understand those things. So what I'm getting at is I took a minor in sociology of deviant behavior. And when I was taking the courses, I found that a lot of the material that we were learning, as I'm reading through it, there was a lot of opinion. They were stating things as fact, but there was no literature, there was no citations at the end of their statements. They were stating things as fact, but no literature to back it up. There was no citations, there was no science, there was no statistics. It was just, this is a fact, this is a fact, this is a fact. And I found that incredibly problematic. And in one of my books, it even stated something that I found absolutely damning. And I even brought it up to my professor as just jarring. And it was that and I'm hesitant to even say it just because of how this could potentially be distributed here, but the textbook said something along the lines of homosexuals have to be careful of IV drug use because of contracting STDs. And I was like, I'm sorry? Homosexuals have to be careful of IV drug use because of STDs. Just homosexuals? And I was just absolutely floored by, like, what? And and so I was just boggled by the fact that this wasn't like 20, 30 years ago. This wasn't 40, 50 years, like this was not that long ago. And I just couldn't and so this was over several classes too. This wasn't just one class. This was several classes in a course at a major university. And so as I was taking these classes, I slowly started sliding down this slope of maybe never mind. Maybe I don't want to take this minor. And I was just really disappointed. That may not be all sociology, and certainly not in sociology in every country, but just make sure as you take it or progress through it that it meets the criteria of rigor that you expect it to. That's all I say. Even recently I was watching TikTok. I came across a video of a student who was soliciting people to take their survey in an undergraduate introduction to research methods. And they posted a link. And so as a scientist and as a member of an institutional review board who reviews research studies for human subjects, I constantly stumble across other people's studies and I check them out just, to see what's going on and to see how they might comply with ethical standards. And that wasn't the case for literature I was reading, but that's the thing we should be very aware of. To make sure that to make sure that, like, sorry, I don't follow. It has been about 11-ish years since I left university, but as far as I can remember, that wasn't the case for literature I was reading. Oh, that they... So as I said, like, it could be just that this program, that sociology here, it could just be that they weren't very up to par. It could be very different where you are. I'm just skeptical of a lot of things. Yeah, I'm just skeptical. So I check out other people's studies all the time, even when I stumbled across it when I was at university, because I'm involved at the institutional review board level. If I see other people's solicitations, I look into it to make sure that they are compliant with standards. And so when I clicked on their link and I looked at their survey, there was no informed consent document. There was no language to explain who would you contact, what the data, like if there's any personal information being collected, who to, like, any information like that. It was straight into the survey and data collection. And so I commented on the TikTok and I was like, hey, is this for undergraduate or graduate level data, like research, stuff like that. And the TikToker commented back and said, like, it's for introductory to research methods. And I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for commenting back. And I'm trying to be a mentor here. I'm not trying to be like a dick. So I'm trying to be very careful about how I word things, because it's their first research methods class. So they've already taken their first stats class. So this is their first research methods. Typically, if I remember mine, They don't talk about the institutional review board at this point. It's basically, here's how you're going to design and collect data. Usually the instructor isn't talking about where they can collect data or how. If these people already have a following and they're influencers, they may not be thinking about it. So I'm not going to like slap them about the face with it. So they might not know that this is probably a no-no. So I want to direct them to looking into what the institutional review board is and how to start looking into the proper ethical methods of approaching research, because doing it this way could potentially get them in trouble. And so I want them to start looking into it, especially if they're going to go into the path of research, because this method at this level probably won't get them into trouble, but if they continue down this path and doing it this way, it will. And it could get them into trouble in the fact that they could get cut off from doing research, which will only cause trouble. But like, the institutional review boards at universities also get such a bad rap, because they're really great people usually. But because of the fact that they can prevent people from doing their research, and they slow the research process down by making sure that the research is ethical, researchers view them with such a negative light, but they're wonderful people. Oh, I was taught to literally have, I don't know why it didn't beep just then. I was taught to literally have a source for everything. If I wrote down the sky is blue, you better believe that I have sources to back that up. Yeah, citations are really important. Also, if and when you go back into academia, if you need to cite things and you want help in the citation process, or you don't want to do the citation yourself, I cannot express, especially at the graduate level, I cannot express how much using a typesetting software like LaTeX will help. Because it does a lot of the like citation management and like formatting for you. So my academic advisor has he's got eidetic memory. It's incredibly expensive. It's really expensive. My advisor has an eidetic memory, and we wrote a paper together, and I was formatting it and prepping it for publication. And it was an APA, and I'm using LaTeX to type it and put it together and format it. And I sent him the draft for his review and edits, and he sends it back to me, and he's like, this is incorrect formatting for APA. And I'm like, what gives? Because LaTeX is formatting it for me. It's doing the proper citations for me and putting in the references. And I'm like, well, that can't be, because LaTeX does that for me. So I grab my manual, flip it open, and I'm looking up the why it's doing it this way. And I have to pull out, like I have to screen capture the manual, circle it, and send it back and be like, nope, you're wrong, because he wouldn't believe me if I didn't do otherwise. Page number, reference, screen capture, circle it, highlight, like send it to him, because he won't believe me otherwise. Because the man had been doing it for so many years, and with his eidetic memory, to prove him otherwise, I have to actually show him where in the manual I'm right and he's wrong. But the software is really useful. It's a little complicated to get the hang of it, but it's what I try to do most of my typing in if I can help it. Just because the management is. But so it is a nightmare. But if you can learn, like if you can do any degree of like programming, LaTeX is kind of like a pseudo programming language. It's really interesting to work with. I really like it. And a lot of it is like publishers will frequently put out a LaTeX template for publishing. APA sadly does not create a tech template for it for citation management, but other people put together like tech, like they create packages for it that make it work properly. But generally speaking, it's not that bad. And I found more success working in it, even to construct the citations and then to like format it in like Microsoft Word or other things. So even when I worked with other people who won't work in LaTeX and they want me to work in Microsoft Word, I will verify the citations in LaTeX and then transcribe them into Microsoft Word to make sure that they're formatted correctly. Because it's just so much better. And then there's even citation management software that works with LaTeX. So if you go to like any website that will let you download citations, they provide almost always a citation output in LaTeX, in BibTeX or Bibliotech. Even in RIS, which will then be, you can convert into LaTeX easily. But APA, I mean, APA was one of the easier ones for me. I struggled with like MLA. If it isn't an APA and in Times New Roman. Did you? What was it? Was it? Did you see that somebody made a mean Times New Roman? Stop. No, that's not what. Why are you behaving this way, computer? Oh no, what's going on? Okay, let me see if I can get it to work now. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, did it work? Okay, whew. I thought OBS just crashed. Oh, would you stop being like that and just do the thing? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to use a screen capture, but it is not properly doing the thing. let's try it on the other screen then. Why are you only doing it over there? Okay, now it's doing it over here. Press space to hide show OBS Studio or escape to cancel. Click and drag to select. Okay. Oh, I have to press enter. That's why. There we go. Now you can see it. All right. Helps if I read the instructions and stop trying to just follow my own instructions. So the font is called Times New Bastard. my academic mentor hates basically all fonts other than Times New Roman. And she is so good at detecting anything that looks similar but isn't. And so I used to find fonts that looked similar. So like there are fonts that are intended to look close to but aren't the same as. She's font of Times New Roman. She's font of it. So like there's also let's see if I can get it to work again. So then there's this one, which is Times Newer Roman. So you have Times New Roman, which is in yellow, and then Times Newer Roman, which is in black. So essentially it's just a little bit wider. But see, she's able to, like, for some reason, she just has that, like... What? Why? I don't... What'd I do? All I did was show the truth. It's not like I was showing wingding. Now wingdings are a crime. I can't even fathom how, like, someone was like, you know what, these are a font. We need to include these with every computer ever. just like, so some things I can understand how they're like Unicode characters and they support a purpose, but so many of the wingdings, I'm just like, what were they for? Like, what did we do with those? How did they really serve a purpose? That was great. That was great. No, that was a good pun. No, that was a great pun. That was my kind of humor. See, that was actually epically good. See, that's right up there with one of my favorites, which is like, I was gonna make a gay joke, but fuck it. So the first time I heard that, I lost it. Like, because it was hysterical. Because that's my kind of humor. Because it's like, it's just hilarious pun. Like, it's just wordplay. It's pure wordplay. Granted, mine is a bit more sweary, but, you know, it's just wordplay. Which is why it still bothers me that I didn't get the chicken cross the road joke. Until it was explained to me on TikTok, like, last week. Yeah, it's like puns are the best because frequently they are harmless. They don't hurt anybody. They're just wordplay jokes. Like, that's all they are, is they're meant to be funny because of how they interact with the words, not because anybody's involved. So, as I said before, like, I think that your linguistic, your multilingual capability actually grants you more ability. See, I think you're trying to translate the pun in a way that makes sense in another language, which is great, and that will be beneficial. But also, what you need to remember too is that sometimes the literal translation, or even sometimes the unintentional translation, may also bear fruit. Because, as I said before, like, I don't know if it was specifically to you, but like my friend who was multilingual, someone has a finger in every pie, representing like someone who's got like involvement in every situation. Her direct translation when she misspoke because she was thinking too rapidly was "a foot in every bucket" was hilarious. It was unintentional, but it sticks with me to this day, and that was goodness, almost 15 years ago now. And I love it. I still love it to this day. And it's a story clearly I tell to this day. And only someone who is multilingual would have come up with that. So don't let that be something that you forcibly translate to get kind of across. But it is smart because it's a beautiful story. It doesn't make her sound dumb. It makes her sound beautiful and brilliant. It's a creative reflection of how the multilingual mind works. Because who sticks a finger in a pie anyway? But a foot in bucket happens. People step in things all the time. But it like the premise stands. It creates an interesting story. It's still funny. And we actually make jokes about people stepping in buckets all the time and sliding around and slipping and like banana peels. Like it resonates. It still creates humor and laughter. So don't lose out on that. It creates a wonderful story. And don't be afraid to sound... We want to sound smart, but don't be afraid to just be you. Oh, shit. I understand that fear. I definitely do. I don't speak other languages fluently at all. I speak fragments of other languages, but when I mean fragments, I mean small pieces. But I want to sound smart when I speak English, and I struggle at that sometimes. So I understand your fear, but you can't let it hold you back. And if you want, I mean, I don't want to like, I don't want to cross boundaries, but if you want opportunities to talk or practice or whatever, let me know. Hey, like that, I understand that too, but I'm patient. And if you want to have conversations, like if you want to talk sociology, psychology, you want to talk statistics, you want to talk scientific methods, you want to talk experimental design, I'm more than happy to sit down and have those in Discord, in a voice chat. Although, speaking Discord, do you have plans to pivot off the Discord platform? Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the things I've been interested in doing is networking with other streamers and collaborating. Feel free to reach out on Discord, on Twitch, whatever. I'm in your Discord or what have you. Okay. I was just seeing if you had any plans already. I mean, I'm also seeing how things develop. So I've been plotting some plans. Right now it looks like root is the current plan for some people, but that's just because it's the only one that offers voice, video, and text chat options. But it's also a closed source alternative, so it may also fall down the rabbit hole that Discord is. But who knows in the future? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I mean, like, my community is not exactly like the largest or anything, but I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. Your community seems very active. You. I don't know. You are way more magnetic than I think you realize. They love you too. I mean, that is obvious. And it was obvious the instant that I started watching too, because I was like, I started watching it, I was immediately like, captivated. You are very special. You are incredibly magnetic. No, but I think that it's what you facilitate. I think that it's what you cultivate. I think that it's the environment that you surround yourself. Think of it like, this is going to be yeah, but it's the people that orbit you. It's the gravitational pull that you create. So and again, this is a terrible metaphor, but you are a star, and these are the things that orbit you. These are the planets and the moons, and you are the gravitational force that you bring to orbit you. And yes, there are other stars, and there are these other people and these other things, but you are the force that bring them around. Because I noticed that you have other streamers, that orbit you, but you seem to be the force that bring these people together. And you are, and I know you're not going to necessarily agree with this statement, but you seem to be, and despite what you say, pretty fearless. Because you will shout out other streamers, and you will point out that they're streamers, and you will say, hey, you should go check them out, and look at these other people, and you will call out to these people. And it just seems like you are so fearless, and you are a little bashful and a little shy. but fearless. And I think that's what people are drawn to, because you will play music that you sing. And I mean, I don't even know if you were literally playing the music that you were singing to. You like burst out into bits of song, and you talk about all the things that you're doing, and you talk about like as you say, you yap, and it's amazing just listening to you and talking about the passion that you have. And it's so just all of the people that you talk to and interact and how you keep track of it all is amazing. It's the community and the people that you keep and the orbit around you. It's absolutely amazing. I'm not going to lie. I mean, watching how you interact and keep with people, you're the first streamer that I actually engage with the community. Like, I'm watching how you interact with people, and I track when you're online because I want to watch your streams. I've never interacted with a Twitch streamer like that before. I enjoy your streams. I watch your streams for your stream, not for drops. Yeah, but I've never experienced that. I've never felt. It's so interesting. I've never, like, since I started streaming, the experience that I've had, I've learned so much. I've learned immense things in my experience just engaging with Twitch in this way. I used to use Twitch almost exclusively to get drops for games, or to watch specific people for their streams because they didn't live stream on like YouTube. And that's because I watched their long form content on YouTube, but they would live on Twitch, but not for like any gameplay stuff. Like, they didn't do like gameplay on here. They just live streamed. But I never engaged with game stream stuff. So you're basically the first person that I really engaged with. But even those people, like, I never engaged with chat. I never chatted with people really. And so you're basically the first that I really engaged with. And I sit here and it's so, like, I sit here with a smile on my face listening to you. And it's so weird because I don't listen to podcasts and I don't listen to other things. Like, I don't do background listening anymore because I can't and do other things. Not really. Like, I can play video games and listen to stuff, but listening to you, you are genuinely, like, you're not overly saccharine and you're not overly bubbly, but you make me smile because you're silly and fun, but not slapstick silly. You're just positive. And you say things that resonate with me, and you say things that are punny and good. And it's just great. It makes me feel good. And I can't even express it to my partner because it's been such a weird place right now in my life because things have been really rough. And so having your show where, like, I can sit here for like an hour or 2 or 3 where I'm just sitting with a smile on my face has been really nice. And I know that it comes across overly saccharine saying it out loud, but sometimes this shit has to be said. Yeah, I know. But sometimes we need the kind words. We need the nice things said. But it's so awkward for me. No thanks needed. I I'm more appreciative than anything. Thank you. But I've struggled with trying to figure out how to interact with Twitch and other streamers because I don't know how to interact with people in this form, because I grew up in the era of like old school chat messages and like chat rooms and stuff. And like, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do too. I mean, like, not necessarily to make people smile and brighten their day, but like trying to give people a place to vent and talk. Have someone and somewhere they can go. Me either. Like, it's not about being famous or number one. I'm trying to be basically social support. I'm gonna try, like, my intent is to be a place where people can go to get advice or talk about their day or, you know, practice their social skills, where they can call in. And you're trying to be the positive support system. I'm trying to be their advice support system. Like, we have similar functions, just in sort of different sides. And I think that that's excellent. It's just a matter of getting the word out. And I also love how Twitch has sort of pivoted, at least in the small streamer space, where the streamers seem to be supporting each other rather than tearing each other down right now. And I really appreciate that. I've seen how streamers are doing that, where they all seem to be like supporting each other. Because it used to feel like they weren't so much before. But I like that now. But I've even bookmarked, so when you do call out streamers on your show, I bookmark them so that I can keep track of when they go live and I can go check them out, because I don't always know. I worry about rating everybody. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it. Like, I don't, because the show is about being social support, I worry about rating just anybody, that I don't want to like drop a calm, quiet show into something very heavy and action oriented. And so I don't want to necessarily follow everybody. Because I use the follows for Strange Days as the people I'm willing to go raid. And I don't know. I also don't know if that's appropriate protocol. It's like, I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure out like what's standard protocols for things. There's so many questions I have, but there just doesn't seem to be, like, it'd be great if there's a mentor program. It'd be great if there was like a, I don't know. I don't want to say like a big sibling streamers program where you could just be like, hey, big sibling streamer, what's the appropriate like way to do this as a streamer? Like, what is standard practices for this? Yeah, so like I hit up the Google's, or well, not the Google, but like a search engine, and ask questions, and sometimes the AI bots will tell me things, but yeah, I also just try to use like my brain about how to best approach things. It's why I use like the big wall behind me, keep things simple, you know, avoid using anything too personal. It's why I pre-plan like what games I'm playing and practice with some stuff. Oh yeah. I've rated a streamer a couple times and then backed off because they're a bit loud and vivacious and boisterous, and I feel like that doesn't necessarily vibe. I appreciate their intention with boosting, but I feel like they're a bit loud and a bit much. So I'm also trying to figure out like how to handle what to do with like usernames and whether or not I need to like clean those up and things like that. So I don't know. I'm still trying to like navigate around some of this stuff, but it's just a little time. That's all. Yeah, it can help you, you know, grow and feel more comfortable and expand like you as a person, expand, you know, your stream, because that's one of the things I'm trying to also push myself is that I keep stating that the show is intended this way, but that I also keep saying that I'm willing to allow the show to evolve. So like if the show is not one thing, that, you know, I'm willing to let it, you know, mutate into whatever it's intended to be. Like if the show doesn't want to stay one thing, it can be whatever it wants to be. So if the audience wants it to be something else, it can be that other thing. So I can't force it. I'm not going to force the show to be one way. When I checked out a stream, I was taken aback by how much he was yelling and crashing out. But I said hi anyway, and now he's one of my favorite people to watch. Oh, really? That's hard to take in. I don't particularly... Really? See, crashing out, like, that's something I actively try to avoid. See, I noticed that you play a lot of Marvel Rivals, and I love Marvel. I try to avoid PvP games because I don't like crashing out. And I used to do that a lot when I played Overwatch. But I have played a little bit of Rivals, and so I just worry that playing PvP is going to make me do that. So I just worry about that in general. So I just... big worries for me. But I'm also debating whether I want to do like weekend streams where like maybe I don't do so much talky yappy like active calls kind of stuff, and do more traditional game streams where I do maybe active chat but more focusing on the gameplay stuff. But I don't know. And in those I could play PvP. So like during the week I play more stuff where I can pause and engage very actively and heavily with chat. But on the weekends, I was talking with Als, who's one of my mods, about doing something where I can do more like PvP or something with engaging with other players or chatters or something. But I used to get very, very angry at Overwatch because I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I like cooperative games though. What do you mean? In what regard? I mean, as a scientist, I also mess with a lot of things. Like, I keep changing up, like, my display, like, my OBS stuff. I just recently messed with my camera settings, my OBS orientation. As I was talking with Owls about doing the weekend stream, I have, like, a weekend orientation with how the camera and visuals will be set up. So that, like, I keep messing with a bunch of different things. Because I feel like experimentation is just bread and butter. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought you were getting at. That's... No. I get what you mean. That, like, there's no expectation, as in, like, they don't expect it to be any specific way right now, because I'm still small enough that if I lose the 1 or 2 people on the regular, that it's not, like, gonna break the bank. But, yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. I just... I struggle because I'm so... I guess I don't know what to do with myself if I do this as just a regular streamer. Because to me, I don't have anything to offer in that domain. And I don't mean that, like, in a derisive, like, way. I just don't feel like I'm unique in any way other than... I mean, I'm like, I don't... I don't feel like I'm different enough from everybody else to very much warrant the space. And I also really, I mean, I didn't feel like the time and effort it would take really, I guess, mattered. The reason why I put in the effort now was that, A, I have the time, you know, being unemployed. B, I had the equipment just sort of laying around. And C, I was trying to help people. It was more about helping people who might need it. Because at the time, on certain social platforms that I follow, I kept seeing cries for help. That there were people saying things about self-harm. And didn't want them to feel like that was the option, that was the only way out. But just reaching out and saying, hey, I'm a random stranger, you can talk to me, isn't enough. Because they don't know you, they don't trust you. And so I was thinking, how can you get people to reach out? To like reach out and contact you, to touch base with you. And I was like, well, if you establish yourself as a person that they can reach out and contact, as a person that is safe, then they could do that. But you would have to be free, available, and safe. And I was like, well, like a radio show. Someone they can call with a level of anonymity, like a stream. And I was like, okay, well, what if I did that? What if I was just a stream? I could do that on Twitch. And I was like, that's exactly what I could do. And so that's sort of where I felt like I should start. And that's sort of where the whole idea began, was a place for people to call. And gosh, it was rough at start because I was just literally staring at the camera. No games included. But I just... It's hard because I don't want to... Like, yes, I could pivot and be just a streamer, but I don't want to lose the mission, because I think the mission is the most important thing. And I want the show to have that ability to evolve, but I worry that losing the mission yeah. No, I get that, which is why I don't have a problem expressing or explaining or bringing parts of who I am to stories or explaining things. It's why I talk about myself. It's why when there aren't callers, and when I say callers, I mean it in the traditional sense, like even people who talk in chat or when we're having conversations, like I just talk. Like we'll talk about things in a casual sense. If there aren't people who are having active conversations about what's going on in their lives, we'll talk about whatever. Like okay, question. Is yap a formal term that people use? Well, I mean, formal, not in the academic sense, but is it a standardized term on Twitch to refer to just shooting the shit or talking? Like, is that like a thing people say? Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was like a regular thing or if it was a you thing. Or if it was a standard, like, nomenclature of the modern parlance. Okay. That is perfectly fine. I just wasn't sure if it was like right up there with crashing out and it was just a new word that stems from old word use and it's just become popularized. I wasn't sure. I was just checking. But in any case, so like if we're just chatting, I'll just chat. Like it's not an issue, but I don't mind sharing and talking about whatever, but if it's a caller, like it's the focus shifts from whatever to them, and like that's a thing. And on the weekends, like I will also am willing to do game focused type stuff, which is also a thing. Like I don't mind that, but I don't want like the whole thing to pivot over. I don't know, if that's coming across. I don't know if that's making sense. Because the show is important as an endeavor, like the mission, which also makes it sound kind of weird when you frame it as a mission, but you know. But anyway, it's really just being there. And I'm also trying to figure out how to do the social medias, because I know, like, see, that's really what's killing me. Like, I know that personality-based content or something similar, and make it about people who are chatting. So could you perhaps explain better personality-based content? Because I think I understand what you're meaning, but I'm not sure I'm fully following. Because personality-based content just kind of means me, but I don't think I'm really getting it as intended. Oh, okay, sure, no problem. You take care. Reach out if you want to do a collab and let me know. You have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Sure. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon. And thank you for dropping by. It's always great when Fox stops in. Oh, actually, I need to do, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. There we go. Because I know how to do things. Anyone else in chat, make sure to check out Tiresome Fox stream whenever they go live. And give them a follow. Because I know how to do things, because I know how to do Twitch commands, because I can sometimes figure things out. Okay, still gotta clear out plorts. $24. Still trying to make money. Okay, so we were going to combine the cotton and tangle. Oh, and I think I needed baddie plorts in order to create another teleport. Red, yellow, ember, starlight, limit reached, not enough resources, rock. Limit reached, not enough resources. So I need 10 petals. Nope, I don't need baddie plorts, limit reached. So I need 10 petals still for that one. And then I need rock plorts for the other one. So let's go see if I have the rock plorts for it. Nope, wrong way. That's going to be down the old veggie path. And then I need butterfly plorts or flutter plorts for making another drone. Nope, not yet. I need several drones actually, so I need to go see what other resources I'll need. Utilities. So I'm gonna need lava dust and flutter plorts. Specifically. Let's check the night mart. So I need 25 to finish getting the upgrade things out of here. Primarily just 15 to get this last one here. And I have one, so I need 14. I need 140 of the plorts. Ember Valley, okay. Lava dust. Lava dust. No, this is fine. Okay. Oh, that was painful. Get out of here. Okay, looking for lava dust. Oh, so many angries. That was random primordial oil. Not sure where that came from, but alright. Oh, because that wasn't dust, that was primordial oil. Goodbye. Goodbye. Going up. Going up. That's more primordial oil. Not quite what I'm looking for. Goodbye. More goodbye. I'll take that radiant ore. Because I don't remember what I needed it for. I just remember that I saw it, that I was short on it for something. I just don't remember what. So, if What's-Her-Face made the key and she's not even related to that family, then how does she have access to the backside access and the secret logs of the granddaughter? That's kind of weird. Oh, that's an orb. Golden Dervish statue. More radiant ore. That's hot lava. Don't want to land in that. Magma. The portal's in here, which gives me a quick access out. Or at least a quick access home. Well, quicker access home, I guess. It technically does require... Oh, no, they both require loading screens. This one requires 2. Well, it's not so bad. Ooh, And I could probably get some magma comb in here. Maybe? I mean, maybe? Or not? I guess not this time. Well, that was disappointing. Sometimes there's magma comb in there, and I was hoping there was. And sometimes there is in here. But apparently not this time either. That is also very disappointing. Okay. Still short on tin. Oh, I was also looking for utilities. Flutter. Still need the disruptor detector, but I think that isn't that in the night market. Am I gonna get there in time? No, because apparently it transitions in the middle of an hour rather than on the hour, which that's frustrating. I guess I'll just check the wiki. Introduction to the player after speaking with Gigi in the Great Labyrinth in the grassy outdoor area. Okay. What? Then how do I not already have it? Sure, I guess I just talked to her in the correct location. I've talked to her in many locations, but because she keeps repeating herself, I don't. But okay then. Alright then. I'm missing whatever this is. I just want to know what the item is on the screen, please. Oh, okay. So it's going to be another trap. Or snare. The novice Gordo snare is what I'm missing. Of course it is. Yeah, it's the one door I haven't been able to frickin' find. So maybe if I could find the door, I would be able to open it, but I haven't found it. So let's start with finding the door. But I guess that's gonna wait till this evening because we are out of time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you this evening for tonight's show. Y'all take care now.